wondered if the timeline changed because, historically we've seen like these major injury angles, like when Earthquake squished Hulk Hogan. Boy, it became a whole layoff and a letter writing campaign, and we were trying to get sympathy and can they come back? And we've seen that happen before. And that's the way this played, at least it felt to me, when we're playing it really seriously. But when we come back in the same show, not a week later or 2 weeks later, but the same show, I just thought, wow, that may have been a missed opportunity. But clearly
they weren't going away. That's the thing. They weren't.
Right. Well, and that's what I was asking is, do you think that had you known you had Shawn, would you have done something differently there? Like, I get the need to make it a multi-man match and all this other stuff, but I'm just, with the benefit of hindsight, it doesn't feel like the plan was always Savio Vega. No disrespect.
It was not.
Okay.
Originally. No, it was not. But at the same time, it was always a multi-man match from the standpoint of keeping Shawn safe and not having to do a whole lot.
Well, that's what happens at No Way Out. It is a fun match. There's some hilarious moments in there with throwing the garbage cans and the fire extinguishers. And I mean, there's a lot of silliness. And they pulled out all the stops at No Way Out. It was hardcore. It was a multi-man. It was a mess, but it was fun. Fans really just wanted to see China get that stunner, and it gets the biggest pop of all, probably. When we get to WrestleMania, it is a big moment. Obviously, we know the Austin era is going to begin. Mike Tyson is here, but goodness gracious, what a match it's going to be for Terry Funk and Cactus Jack. They're going to win the tag titles from the New Age Outlaws. It's a dumpster match. Terry Funk is performing here as Terry Funk, not as Chainsaw Charlie. And from what we understand, boy, Terry Funk took a heck of a bump and a crazy bruise coming out of this one. What do you remember of their WrestleMania 14 confrontation?
Absolute carnage. Terry and Cactus went out, and Brian and Billy were fighting for their lives. They were fighting for their lives in more ways than one. In the match, because you got Terry Funk who's coming at you as hard as he can. You got Mick coming at you as hard as he can. And they're trying to make a name for themselves. Billy and Road Dogg. It's like, man, they've got to step up, and they've got to be able to prove to everybody that they can hang and that they can be in this position. You got Mick and Terry who are out there, and they're just wanting to have the very best they can have. And for Mick to give Terry a moment, for Terry to give Mick a moment, that's the way everybody was kind of looking at this match. And in it, Terry got bruised his kidney or whatever the hell, but it was horrible. I mean, horrible. So much so that had he gone to the doctor at the arena, we probably would have ambulanced Terry from the building to the hospital. Instead, Terry came back to the hotel and what have you. And I was told of this injury, and I went to go see Terry, and Terry and Vicky were on their way down to the party. And he went into talent relations first, and I went in and I grabbed him, and Vicky has seen the worst of everything with Terry at this point. And she was upset because Terry was refusing to go to the hospital. And it's like, Bruce, he'll listen to you. He's not going to listen to you. He's not going to listen to me. But I went, and Terry and I sat, and Terry just was like, could I get a vodka grapefruit with a splash of cranberry, which is, what the hell? That's not a sea breeze. It's whatever the hell it is. And so I asked my wife hey, can you go get us a couple drinks? And Terry's drinking them. I said, Terry, could you please just, for me, not for Vicky, not for anybody else, for me, would you just go get checked out? Because I can tell you're hurting. You told me you're hurting. You never tell me you're hurting. You told me you're hurting. Please go to the hospital. And he's like, "Oh, I'll be all right. I just need a drink." And he drank probably about 5 or 6 while we're sitting there. And finally, he agreed that if I could get, and I brought over our security team, and he agreed if we could get him out a back door into an ambulance where no one would see him, and he could get right into the emergency room in Boston, that he would go. So at that time, we had all these security guys, man, they had shit in their wrist. We're in the production meeting. No. We're in talent relations room on B concourse. Could we please get someone in here to get Terry Funk, get him on a stretcher? And Terry hears this, goes, "I'm not getting on a stretcher here, Prichard. I'll go to the ambulance and then you can put me in." Negative. We're going to have to get him down to the basement. Bring the ambulance right up here, and then we can put him in there. About 10 minutes. 10 minutes, we'll have him on the move. And I'm like going, "What the fuck?" They're talking in their wrists and all this shit. It was hilarious. But again, that would be, if we were to show that on TV, people go, "Oh, come on, you guys are going too far here." But that was real. That's how it actually happened, and got Terry to go up. And on the way, he says, "Could I get about 3 or 4 drinks for the ambulance?" Took one of those water pitchers, filled it up with his drinks. Said, "Here, please just go to the fucking hospital, man. That's all I'm asking. Please just go to the hospital." And he went. He has a little pitcher, had a cup.
Were they
and we went down, got him downstairs, brought the ambulance right back up. He stepped into the ambulance, and then he laid down. They said, "Sir, what is this?" "Oh, it's just some juice." That's why you can't have that. You can't have anything more to eat or drink. And he tried to chug the whole thing. They took it away from him and strapped him in, and off he went. And the only reason he didn't come back to that party in his underwear and his gown was because they strapped him in this time. They learned their lesson. That's why, by God.
So it was 3 or 4 silver bullets, probably.
Oh yeah. It was vodka, cranberry, and grapefruit juice.
Oh, that really was the juice.
Yeah.
I got it. Okay.
Yeah, it really was.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson here to tell you a little more about what adfreeshows.com is all about. Get early, ad-free access to more than a dozen of your favorite wrestling podcasts every single week, starting at just $9. That's less than 20 cents an episode each month. And yes, you can listen to them all directly through Apple Podcasts or your regular podcast apps. How easy is that? Ad-free shows also has thousands of hours worth of bonus content and docuseries like Title Chase, Eric Fires Back, Conversations with Conrad, and The Insiders. Plus new series like The Book with David Crockett, Monday Mailbags with Mike Chioda and Nick Patrick, and a whole lot more. And you want to talk about early? You can't get any earlier than listening to the shows live. You can be a part of the live studio audience as we record the podcast. Plus, ride shotgun alongside your favorite childhood heroes for live watch-alongs, Q&As, and other interactive experiences every single month. Come on now, see for yourself what thousands of other wrestling fans from around the world have discovered, that adfreeshows.com is the best value in wrestling. Check it out today, and hey, when you do, the first week is completely free. adfreeshows.com.